What's up, Chokester Pod Bays? How's everyone doing? Welcome back to Lion on Main. I'm your host, Jay Lyons, and happy Tech Tuesday. Today, if you don't know, I didn't plan this recording because the Apple event is going on. Their tech show, where they kind of like unveil their new products for the coming year. You know, that's where they show off the new iPhones. And I started getting into watching that type of thing like a few years ago, I think. I started like watching it. And like, yeah, it's being recorded. And I can just like tune in after and just watch it. But I kind of wanted to watch the event live. You know, I've been watching it live in years past. And so I just wanted to keep doing that. It started at 10. I don't even know what time it is. But yeah, it's I wanted to watch it, but I was like, I have to do the podcast though, you know? But like, I mean, like I said, I could totally just go back later and just turn it on and watch it again, like watch the replay. But I want to watch it live because like now I have to avoid Twitter because, you know, I don't want to get any like spoilers, you know, and why am I talking about this event like it's some like overhyped movie? Like this is some like this Avengers Endgame or something. Like spoilers, really? I mean, they're coming out with a new iPhone. Like I don't know. I'm kind of nerdy about tech shit. You know, I like watching tech events. I don't really watch like the Samsung ones or like Google's. I only watch really Apple. And also I watched PlayStation's last year, and I meant to watch it this year, but I missed it. But I didn't really think anything interesting was going on because like last year's event, the main reason why I watched it was because the PlayStation 5 was coming out, and I wanted to see what that was all about. Like this one, like the PlayStation 5 is going to be out for a long time. Like this is the next generation of consoles. So like I didn't really feel like anything new was going to be coming out except for like trailers for games and maybe some like software updates for PlayStation. I don't know. But I did miss some stuff. Like I saw some trailers for games that came out at the PlayStation event, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But I don't really feel too bad about missing it. But I feel bad about missing the Apple one. Because, I don't know, I'm just kind of more interested in Apple products, if I'm being honest. I can't remember which event was it. I think it was last year's event. Apple had like 4 or 5 last year. And like they had the one in September. Like they have the event in September. You know, like the one that's going on today. And that's where they revealed the new iPhone. But for some reason, like last year, they had an event in September where they were talking about I don't remember what products they were talking about, but they were talking about some products that were coming out. But the Apple, like the iPhone one, wasn't coming out until October. And I don't know why they did that. But yeah, I remember when the Apple one, like the iPhone one came out in October, I was watching it, and they were talking about how in the new lineup of iPhones, and like they were going to be doing this without the older models as well, is they were taking like the charge brick out of the box, and they were taking the headphones out of the box. Like, you know, when you get a new phone, you get the phone, you get headphones, you get the charging cord, and then you get like the charge brick, right? Well, they were taking out the brick and they were taking out the headphones. So you were just going to get the phone and the wire. And like they were trying to play it off as like some like environmental reason, right? They're like, oh, you know, everyone throws out these things anyways. And so like, and plus everyone already has bricks, so we don't need to give more. And it's just going to add to waste and blah, 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 and all that. And like, you would think that makes sense, right? You're like, oh, you know, they care about the environment. But Apple is a business. They're in business to make money. The whole reason why they did that was because they could sell the brick separately for like an extra $30. That's like the whole reason why they did that. Because now they can make more money. And because like in the same event, they're like, you know, these are some tough times because this was 2020, you know? They're like, you know, we know everyone's been going through some tough times, so we're not going to raise the price of the iPhones. And everyone's like, oh, wow, that's so great. Okay, but they took out the brick and the headphones. So you are paying more. They did essentially raise the price. Because before, for $1,000, you got the iPhone, the headphones, the charge brick, and the charging cord. And now, they're like, we're not going to raise the price because it's been some tough times. But we're just going to give you the phone and the charge cord. So if you want headphones, you have to pay extra. And if you want a charge brick, you have to pay extra. So essentially, you did raise the price. And also, it also cuts down on cost because then they can put the phones in smaller boxes, which means they take up less space when shipped, which means they can have more phones in a single plane than before, or a truck, or whatever it is they're shipping in. So they don't have to make as many trips as before. And that cuts more of their cost. So they're making more money. And so like I'm watching this and they're trying to play it off like they're trying to do a good thing for us. And like, who knows? Maybe they are. But I guarantee it's for money. Because like I said, Apple's in business to make money. So that's like the whole reason why they did that. So I thought that was stupid, but what are you going to do? Like I saw people complaining on social media about the whole thing, but they still went out and bought iPhones. And so they were still giving money to Apple. So it's not like they hurt Apple with it. They're like, wow, that sucks. Here's my $1,000. That's essentially what happened. And so like Apple's not going to change that. I'm just curious to know when they're going to get rid of the cord. Like, is that going to happen in this lineup of iPhones? They're like, you know what? To help the environment even further, we're going to get rid of the cord. Because also the funny thing about it is that, this doesn't happen to me because I don't know what people do to their charging cords or their charge bricks. But like, I know so many people who go through like 5 different charge cords in like a year of using their phone. Because they just their cord just gets absolutely torn to shreds. I don't know what they're doing to their cord because I've never had that. Okay, I had that happen one time. And it happened with my iPad charger when it was like the fat charger. I was holding my iPad when it was charging and then I dropped it and it fell on the plug and it bent the plug. That was the only time I broke my charger ever. Like any of my phones, any other devices I've never broken the charger. So like I don't know what people are doing to their chargers to break them. Where they're going through like 5. Like how? So like the whole BS of like everyone has all this shit. It's like no. Everyone's destroyed theirs. Like I said, except for me. Because I take care of my shit. But anyways, something I want to talk about real quick is I meant to talk about this in the last episode, but I was so pissed off about the SD card, which I have an update on that, by the way. Before I get into that, I just want to mention my friend. He sent me this photo like a few weeks ago, and it was a new podcast cover art that him and his girlfriend made, and he just sent it to me. I didn't ask him to make it, but he did, and he sent it to me, and it was super cool. I'm gonna throw it up right now on YouTube so you can see what it looks like. But also, if you want, it'll be posted on the Line on Main Instagram page, so you can find it there if you want to check it out. But yeah, I thought it was super cool because it's all like that vaporwave 80s themed, which I love the 80s. And I was talking to my friend a while ago before he sent me this, and I was telling him how I want to make another podcast cover art, and I wanted it to be like simple and 80s themed, and my man went out and fucking made one. So huge shout out to him, David and his girlfriend Ashley. Like I love this thing. It's super cool. Thank you for sending that to me. So an update on the SD cards. So if you listened in the last episode, if you could follow what happened because my fucking audio glitched out multiple times, which I don't know why. I recorded episode 30 right after I finished recording the D'Amelio Show special part 2, and I had no issues when I was recording the first one. Like, I recorded it, and I saved everything, I exported the audio, and then I just turned on the camera again, and I started recording episode 30. And like I said, like, it seemed fine, but then all of a sudden, it just, like, I don't know, like, the program crashed or something. I don't know what happened. Like, I'm kind of nervous that it's being messed up right now. But I don't know. I've never had an issue with this recording software before. Like, it's always worked fine. Except for that one time when it didn't pick up my microphone. But, I mean, like, that was a me thing. Like, I screwed up. I should have checked that. But I've never had an issue where, like, it wasn't recording. So, I don't know what happened. So, hopefully it's fine for this one. But anyways, in episode 30, I was talking about how there was different types of SD cards because I was trying to get past the 12-minute limit. And the fuck? Why is everything rhyming? 12-minute limit. Anyways, I was trying to get past the 12-minute limit on the camera and get to the 30-minute limit. And I was talking about how there was 2 different types of SD cards. There was like SDXC and then SDHC. And I think HC is the one that's 12 minutes, the 4 gigabyte limit. And the XC is like the good one. That's the one you want. And I tried 2 different SD cards. There's the one that's currently in my camera right now. Oh shit, I'm at the 12-minute limit. Hang on. Let me start the camera again. Okay. I actually have a timer going on my phone so I can see when I hit 12 minutes. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so there's the SD card that's currently in my camera, which is the one I was using before when I first had this issue. And then there's the other SD card that I got for school that I tried that also didn't work. And when I checked the SD card that I had for school, I found out that it was an HC SD card. And I was like, oh my God, that's probably why. Because I'm using HC instead of XC. And I was saying how I hope that the SD card that's currently in my camera is an HC. Well, when I took the SD card out to plug into my computer so I could like get the videos off and make the video, the SD card is an XC. The one that's currently in my camera. It's XC. Like, I'm checking all the boxes, okay, on things that I need in order for this thing to work. And, like, I meet the criteria for this thing to work, but it's just not working. And I don't know why. And I'm kind of nervous about going out and buying a brand new SD card because, like, what if that doesn't work? I just, like, I'm, like, swimming in SD cards. I have so many SD cards now, it's not even funny. And, like, none of them work. So, that's annoying. Because, like, it's still at 12 minutes. I don't know. I don't know. But the battery is all charged up, so the camera's not going to die. And it probably died because, like I said, I was recording the Bone Zone episode, the D'Amelio Show special, right before I recorded episode 30, and I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I thought the battery was going to last longer. I mean, it lasted a good while, but so, anyways, like I said, if anyone has any ideas on how to fix the SD card, please let me know because, like, I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do. So this past weekend, I went to South Bend. I went to Notre Dame. I went back up north. And because my sister, she's in the band, and there was like this ceremony thing that was going on because she's like a senior in the band. And so, like, you know, we went up to see it because like it was also like the first home game of the season. And I mean, I fucking love that place. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, it's just so cool to me. And I mean, like, the surrounding area is kind of sketch. If I'm being honest. I mean, there's like like a while ago when I was talking about in an episode, there's like a dude riding around on a literal horse, just like on the street. Like, I don't know why. Like a literal cowboy just walking around on the street. I mean, that's just the North. And still, like, I was driving around to more places and there's just like homes just like in the middle of like a shopping area. And there was like this one place I saw where it was like a home, like an old home, and it just had like a shop sticking out the front of it. And I'm like, what? Why not just build a whole new shop? Like, dude, the North is so weird to me. Like, they just have some like weird shit. Because also, so we drove up there, which was brutal. You know, it was like a 19-hour drive. Has anyone been in a car for that long? Because you really don't want to. It's horrible. Like, I mean, I've made long trips like that before. Like, I've driven up to Maine before. Okay, I've driven up to Maine. I've driven up to South Bend multiple times. But for some reason, this past time was just like, it was just bad. I don't know why. Because like I said, I've made the trip before, and like, yeah, it's kind of inconvenient, you know, and it's kind of boring. But like, you know, at the end of the day, it's like fine. But for some reason, this past trip, like, I was irritable. I was like, I can't take being in this car. I need to get out of this car. But the fun thing about it is that you see some like weird shit along the way, because you know, you have to make stops to eat and shit, and like there's just some like weird places, like really sketch places that you stop off at, which is like weird to me because you would think stops along a highway would be stopping. I don't want to say like it stops at like a rich area or just like a nice area, but like you would think because it's off a highway and because people are going to be getting off and like maybe doing some shopping or getting some food, like you would think the area would be kind of built up. Because, I mean, it's a stopping point, right? But, like, so many places along the highway, you just, like, stop and it's, like, some, like, really sketch area. And you're like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, it's just so... Like, it's a part of the area is, like, abandoned. And, like, there's like, a McDonald's fucking everywhere. Like, every stop, there's a fucking McDonald's. And it's also really weird when you see these places, because like you'll stop in like a somewhat nice area and it'll have like a really old shitty looking McDonald's, but then you'll stop at a sketch exit and it'll be like a brand new McDonald's, and you're like, what? why not make this new McDonald's in the nice area? You know, I'm not saying that the sketch area should have the shitty McDonald's, but I'm just saying, like, why have a shitty McDonald's in a nice area? You know, put a nice McDonald's there. You know what I mean? But like, we never stopped at McDonald's, but it was just an observation that I had. I'm a Chick-fil-A guy. Okay? I fucking love Chick-fil-A. I don't know what they put in their chicken, like fucking crack or something, but like, it's good. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, I went to Notre Dame. I went to the football game. It was a really bad game, I gotta say. Like, I mean, Notre Dame still won, but it was against Toledo. Now, I've never heard of Toledo before, okay? That shows you how, like, small and insignificant the school really is. Because, like, I've never heard of it before. And it was a close game, which is, like, so weird, you know, because like Notre Dame is supposed to be like one of the top schools, football teams in the country, and they almost got beat up by Toledo. Like, when have you ever seen Toledo in like a top 10? You know, like, has anyone even heard of Toledo, or is everyone in the same boat as me? Because I've never heard of Toledo. I don't even know where Toledo is. Where is Toledo? I have no idea. Is it in Toronto? Canada? Yes. we play Canada in college football. Yeah, it was a close game. Like Notre Dame was winning at the beginning. Like Notre Dame scored like 2 touchdowns, like really easy at the beginning, but then like they just like dropped off and they just started playing shitty. And like I'm watching the game, I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like, what are you guys doing? You guys just scored 2 touchdowns with like relative ease, and now you're like, they started losing. They were losing for most of the game. And it wasn't until like towards the end when Notre Dame finally got a touchdown and they were up ahead, and then they managed to hold back Toledo. It was like a minute left in the game when Notre Dame finally started winning again. And I'm just kind of like, I'm happy that we won, but like what happened? What are you guys doing? And it was just like a bad weekend in general for college football, like for the higher up teams. I mean, Florida State lost to Jacksonville State. But I mean, like, yeah, it's kind of Florida State's fault because like Florida State was winning at the beginning. Like, well, it was like 17-7 or something like that for most of the game. But then Jacksonville just started scoring. And then with like no time left in the game, Jacksonville scored another touchdown and like won the game. And so I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like, it should not have been that close. Florida State should have won, but even if they did win, it shouldn't have been that close. Because like they only won by like a point or something at the end of the game, or 2 points, whatever it was. It's like no, that should not have happened. And then fucking Ohio State lost to Oregon, which I mean like Oregon is a good team, so like, but like they still lost, and it was a bad weekend for college football. For the underdogs, it was a great weekend because like they were fucking winning and playing their hearts out, but like it was bad for the top teams. One thing about like college football that kind of annoys me is not really like the football itself, but it's just like going on social media. You go on Instagram and there's the tailgate pics with like the girls in like the fucking doorway. The doorway is like the new like pose to do that like all the girls want to do. They just want to like stand in a doorway and take photos. Like, when did that start becoming a thing? Like, it just became a thing within the last year or two or something like that. It's like, what? Like, why a doorway? Then like the dudes that they all take the photos of them holding fucking beers in a parking lot. They got like snapbacks on backwards with a polo shirt and some like Tommy Bahama shorts. And, they're kind of like sitting there. They're like, or standing there, I should say. And they're giving like a hand signal. Like, I don't want to say it's like a gang symbol, but like, sometimes they do. Or like they just do like a weird thing, like a hang 10 kind of thing, or like a rock on hand pose. And they got like this, like face on, like they're kind of like high. Like they don't know what's going on. They're just like, yeah, dude. Yeah, take the picture, man. Like, it's so cliche. Like no one ever posts like an original photo anymore. Like it's all doorways and fucking standing around with rock on, dude. Rock on. Take a pic of this beer, man. Trying to look fucking cool. Dude, you're not. You look just like everyone else. You're not unique in the slightest. That's what kind of annoys me the most. It's just like the social media side of it. Because like, it happens every weekend. Because like, even though this was like the first home game for Notre Dame, it wasn't the first game of the season. It was the second game. And so like, I saw all these photos last weekend. And then I saw them again this past weekend. And I'm going to see them again this coming weekend. Because it's football. Going to see some more doorways. A friend of mine, like, what was it, like Saturday or something like that in the morning, he put on his story, he's like, how many tailgate doorway pics are we going to see this weekend? And like, dude, I counted, I saw like 20 fucking doorways. It's like, dude, you all look exactly the same. There was actually at one point, I saw these two people who both went to Florida State, and they posted they were like with two different groups. And they each posted their photos from their group. And I'm not even kidding. I was scrolling through and I thought I saw the same photo twice. I'm like, did this person just repost their own photo? You know? And it wasn't until I scrolled down that I saw the other pic and I was like, holy shit, they're two different photos. Not just two different photos, they're two different people with two different groups. But what's even worse is the people who actually, like, they're a part of the same group and they post the same photos. Because it's like, dude, I just saw this photo. You know, it'd be like a group of like 4 people all in a doorway and all 4 of them post it on their own feed. You're like, dude, I just saw this. Post a different photo. You know, because like I've been to group events and we've all taken photos and we've all gotten a slice of the photos. You know, but like, if my friend posted a specific photo, even if I really wanted to post it, I'm not going to post the same one. Because it's like, they just posted it. So I'm going to have to pick a new one. There's actually one time like years ago, I was with a bunch of my friends and we went to Universal and we were taking a shit ton of photos. And there was like this one photo that I thought was like the coolest photo ever. Like, I still think it's a pretty badass photo to this day. But I really wanted to post it. But my friend posted it the night we took the photo, and I was thinking about posting it like the next day or the following day. But he posted it, so I couldn't post it. I was like, damn, that sucks. He actually was like, yo, do you want me to delete it so you can post it? And I'm like, dude, no. I'm not gonna be like that. I'm not gonna be that person. It's like, no, you need to delete it because I want to post it. But also at the same time, it's like, yeah, but people have already seen that you posted it. So like if you delete it and I post it, it's still essentially the same thing. Everyone already saw the photo, you know? But I mean, we had other photos, good photos that I posted instead. But of course, there's like that one that I just really wanted. And my friend beat me to it. But at the end of the day, it's fine. Like it doesn't really matter. But like, that's just like my thought process. Like if my friend posts a photo, I'm not going to post the same one. But like these people... Other people just like don't get that, I guess. They're like, oh, you posted it? Well, let me post it too. No, I just saw that photo. I just liked this photo. Why do I need to like it again? Post a different photo. You telling me you only took one photo? Yeah. Highly doubtful. You took like 100. Oh shit, the camera stopped recording again. I'm not good at keeping up on this. I wonder how much time I'm losing going back and forth and hitting the button. Because like, so I have the timer on my phone recording the time. So I know when it gets to 12 minutes, I know that the camera stopped recording and I need to restart it. But I also have a timer on my audio recording system. And that's usually what I use to determine like when I'm ready to kind of wrap things up. You know, when it gets into like the high 30-minute mark or like the 40-minute mark, that's when I know I want to start wrapping it up. But like now, like what if I hit like 35 minutes and I'm like, oh, you know what? I want to wrap it up. And it turns out the video was only 30 minutes long. I'm like, I thought this was 35 minutes. But no, you lost 5 minutes because you were getting up and down, turning the camera on. It is recording, right? Yeah, it's recording. Okay, good. But yeah, it's not taking 5 minutes. I'm only like maybe losing 2 or 3 seconds, but you know, it's whatever. But yeah, so you know, I went to Notre Dame, saw the game. It was a pretty good game. But on the way back, we were driving back home, and there's like this new place. Well, there's 2 now. But there's this new place that just came to Florida. It's in North Florida right now, and it's called Buckys. Okay? And it's like this, it's a gas station is really what it is. But it's like the creme brulee of gas stations. You know, it's like, it's not like your typical 7-Eleven shit, you know, where there's just like 6 gas pumps and then a little convenience store. Like, dude, this thing has like 100 gas pumps, and its convenience store is like a fucking Walmart. I swear to God. It's huge. You go in, and they got like a barbecue area, right? Where they make a bunch of meat and they cut it up like it's all fresh. They cut it up and they make it into like pulled pork sandwiches or like brisket sandwiches. You can get slices of it. And you can get chips, and then like they also have like a like candy side where they make candy. They make candy like right in front of you. And they got like a whole ass bakery where they're making like bread and like croissants and shit. And they got like a whole beef jerky side. Like they have like a huge ass kitchen. Okay, where they're like, this place is amazing. They got like a whole freezer section, like a the dry goods section. They even have they have a home section, home like decor, where you can get like rugs and like plates and all this shit. And they got like a whole clothing section where they got like Salt Life shirts. And like this place is huge. It's like my Florida people would know. Okay, it's like Wawa on steroids. This place is incredible. And I got a shirt. I'm wearing it right now. I got a shirt from there. This Bucky's shirt. Because it was just too cool. And also, like, I don't know why, but like their mascot is I don't even know what the fuck he is. What even is he? What is he? Is he like a gopher or like a groundhog or something? Hang on, I gotta check this out. Like the Bucky's mascot. What is he? Bucky's mascot. Oh, oh, he's a beaver. Okay. I thought it was a groundhog. Okay, so he's a beaver. That's their mascot, and like their emblem is like this cartoon beaver guy. Okay. And like I don't know why. I'm obsessed with him. I think it's so cool. They had like so much Bucky's merch in there, and I just wanted to get everything. Because like, dude, I want this fucking beaver. I want it. I don't know why. I just thought it looked so cool. They had like different themes, like because it's like fall, so they had like a Halloween beaver. They had a Thanksgiving beaver. Okay, it was him with like a pilgrim hat with like a fall wreath around him, and I'm like, whoa. I wanted to get everything. I don't know why. I just thought I was amazed. Because like I said, it was like a Wawa on steroids. Like I remember when Wawa came out, and I thought that place was incredible. Because it was just so different from your typical convenience store, like gas station convenience store. But like this is like they took Wawa and they're like, you know what? We need to upgrade. An upgrade they did. Holy shit, dude. They had so much good shit in there. And the problem is like it's off the highway because it's like a truck stop because they got like 100 gas pumps. And so like it's not someplace where you can just like drive and it's gonna be like right down the street. Okay, like the one I went to was up in Daytona. No, I didn't go to the Daytona one. They have one in Daytona, but the one I went to was in St. Augustine. St. Augustine, dude, that's like way up there. It's like 3 hours away from here. The place was awesome. Like, if you're ever driving around to the St. Augustine or Daytona area, go to Bucky's. Because I got a brisket sandwich from there, and dude, it wasn't like, I don't want to make it sound like that this is like some gourmet food, because like, obviously it's not, okay? Like, I've had good pulled pork sandwiches before, and I've had good brisket before, and like, it wasn't like, some 5-star restaurant or something like that. But it was really good. I was surprised. I was like, damn, this is actually pretty good for a fucking gas station. But yeah, then they were selling fire pits and grills there. Which like, Who's driving? Who's taking a road trip and they're like, you know what? Let's get a fire pit from a gas station. What gas station sells fire pits except for Bucky's? That you would never think. Oh yeah, there's grills at a gas station. No, what? No. It was kind of like the home decor area. Like imagine if like you're talking to your friend, you're like, oh, I have to go get some rugs for the old home. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh, where are you going? You're like, yeah, I'm going to this gas station. They'd be like, what? You're buying your rug from a gas station? Or like even like they had wine glasses there. Yeah, I gotta get some new wine glasses for the house. Let me stop at the gas station. People would be like, what? I didn't even know you could buy wine glasses at a gas station. Well, you can now. I mean, not at every gas station, obviously, but you can at Bucky's. I don't know. I think Bucky's, like, they should have, like, their gas station shit, but they should also just make a huge-ass store to, like, compete with Walmart. Because, honestly, if Bucky's came out with a whole store, like Target or Walmart, I would go there instead. That's how good this place was. I definitely want to go back because there's more Bucky's shirt that I want. There was like 5 in there that I was like, I have to get this, but I only got one. This like space looking one. They had like an 80s themed one. I was so close to getting that one, but I didn't. I got this one instead. I don't even know. I don't know what this would be. I've definitely seen this style before. I'm trying to remember like where I saw it. I would say it's kind of like a Rick and Morty style, if I'm being honest. But like even then, it's not 100% like Rick and Morty, but it's kind of like Rick and Morty. Which I've never really watched Rick and Morty. I've seen like the first 4 or 5 episodes or something. It's pretty good. There's like, I mean, the only reason why I started watching it was because it became so popular and everyone was like talking about it, which like, yeah, it's pretty good, but it's not like, at least I guess I haven't gotten to the good shit. It's pretty funny. But I mean, it's not like the greatest show ever, like some people make it out to be, you know? Like there's definitely some better shows out there. Like Stranger Things, taking place in the 80s. That's like the only reason why I like it. Not really. It's a good show. But yeah, Rick and Morty is pretty good too. It was not really what I was expecting. Like Rick is just like burping the whole time, which, because like he's supposed to be like wasted the entire time, which I guess maybe some people find that funny, but I kind of find it annoying that he's just like belching every 5 seconds. It's like, okay, can you like speak normally, please? But it is pretty good. It makes a lot more sense than the regular show, which I never really watched the regular show when I was a kid. But so many people were talking about how great it was, and I was watching it. That show makes no sense. I don't understand the show. And it may be just because I'm too old for the humor now, you know? Where like, I guess I'm becoming that age where like, I have to understand a joke in order for it to be funny. Like before, like you would just like post something, it makes no sense, and I'd find it like the funniest thing on the face of the planet. But like now, like everything has to make sense. I don't want to be that way, but maybe that's what I'm becoming. I'm becoming too old. But anyways, I think that might be it for this episode. You know, real quick before I get off, last episode, I was talking about how I wanted to keep going with the episode, even though I had like hit like 47 minutes or something crazy like that. And then that's when the audio cut off. Dude, there was like so much shit I wanted to talk about, but now I completely forgot what it is. I don't know like what I wanted to talk about. But like I just wanted to keep going. But then of course like the audio just like glitches and I couldn't keep recording. It was so unfortunate. I wish I remembered what it was because like I had so much shit on my mind. I just wanted to talk about. But anyways, I think that's going to wrap it up. So thank you guys for listening. Whatever you guys are listening to this on, make sure to like, subscribe, follow, and leave a review. if you're listening on Apple Podcasts. Be sure to share this podcast with everyone. And follow me on social media at RealJLions on Instagram and Twitter. And then follow this podcast on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. I'm not going to forget this time. And TikTok at Lion on Main. And 100% be sure to check out the Instagram page because that's where the updated podcast cover will be. I don't know if I'm going to change the podcast cover to that. Because I just changed the podcast cover, but I do really like it though. I think it's super cool. And I definitely appreciate my friend making that for me. Quick shout out to my cousin Sean. He asked me to give him a shout out, so here's your shout out, buddy. I hit the 12 minutes, so there's no video for that part. I'm sorry, man. But anyways, yeah, that's going to wrap it up. Love you. I don't know. Do I?